All right, can anybody hear me? And I don't have. All right. I. All right, can anybody hear me? And I don't have. All right. I don't know. All right, at least somebody can hear me. All right, so everything's good except that there's no picture of me. I don't know. All right, at least somebody can hear me. Can't see me. All right, so everything's good except that there's no picture of me. Better. All right, you know what? Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I know exactly what I'm gonna do. At least somebody can hear me. Can't see me. All right, so everything's good except that there's no picture of me. That way, I don't have to worry about that. All right, you know what? Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I know exactly what I'm gonna do. At least somebody can hear me. Can't see me. All right, so everything's good except that there's no. Now I do that way. I don't have to worry about that. All right, you know what? Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I know exactly. I have my. At least somebody can hear. Oh, but I. Okay. No? All right, now it's muted. So now you got me? All right, well, I'm not that beautiful anyway, so I think we probably don't necessarily need to see my face, but I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm usually pretty computer savvy though, but I guess not today. I don't know what. Cannot. Yeah. All right. So All right. So everybody can hear me. We're good. All right. I'm just gonna start drawing. If that doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Okay. So today I'm going to animate some. Yeah, I don't know why my. Why is. Why did the entire thing just go to crap instantly? I don't know. I don't know. Louis C.K. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. You can hear me. All right. So I'm just gonna start animating. Yeah, I do probably sound like Louis C.K. mostly because I am from New Jersey, and I think he's from New York. So yeah, that makes sense. So anyway, I'm gonna animate some stuff, and what I was thinking of animating. Thanks. All right. What I'm gonna animate today is an elephant. I gotta design him real quick, but I'm gonna animate an elephant who is who walks into a scene where two kids are tweeting or texting, and then he sits on this park bench they're on, and then they're gonna switch positions and not notice. So that's essentially my animation task for the day. So thanks, John. I appreciate that. I'm not as advanced at this kind of thing as most of you guys, I guess. And I still haven't figured out why why you can't see my camera, and I just don't have the time to do it. To re-attempt it, I think, is really my problem. I'll try one more time. Try one more time. Okay, new. Yeah, see, there's no device. That's actually the problem. It doesn't seem to exist. I don't know. He is from a horror movie because he's gonna scare them. All right, so gotta draw the background. Wait, actually, I'm gonna do this. And all right. All right. All right. All right, so now I'm going to draw a background because as I was saying, I'm going to draw a bunch of kids sitting down at a bench. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up to have something to draw. But I think I'm going to animate. There's the bench. Actually, well, hold on. I probably should not have drawn that with the guy there. With the elephant. Should probably do that as its own. Yeah, well, Flash keyframes was a long time ago, huh? I don't know, I still like drawing in Animate. I do in Flashes. It's pretty much the same thing, but I really do like it. In fact, for animation, I think it's probably the best thing because you can't. I like the idea of the nested symbols. Reload the page. You're not talking to me, I hope. My webcam did get unplugged. That's exactly what happened. And I don't know why it got unplugged, but maybe. I mean, I'm kind of afraid to start it over again because of that. It did exactly get, and it's not working. So let me try. I'll try one more time. It's so strange. Yes, video capture device. I think you probably can't add a video capture device while you're doing this. Nope. Nope. All right, I'm just gonna continue on, and I'm sorry to everyone that doesn't get to see my face. Trust me, it's not that interesting anyway. It really isn't. I'll tell you what. Here you go. This is what I look like. Here, this is what I look like. Now you can see what I look like. This is me. That's me. See, you're not missing anything. It's not really that interesting. There. All right. So that's what I look like. So there. Now I'll keep me up in the corner so that everyone can see me drawing. There. So now you got now you can see me. All right. So anyway, I gotta do this. So I'm gonna have. I gotta draw two kids. Here's one kid, and he's gonna text. Tune in next time for Mike's. Yeah. Can you add one when it's streaming? If you can, I think the problem is that we had this problem yesterday, and for whatever reason, it decided that it didn't like me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know. I think Scar Crunch. All right, so well, I'm not sure how to add that because I have a video capture device. See, look at this. It's like an endless stream of streams. But I'm telling you, I have a video capture device and it does not work. So I don't know. I mean, the audio is coming from the audio is coming from the camera, so it's working. Yeah, he's playing Pokemon Go. That's exactly what he's doing here. All right, so all right, I'm just gonna continue. I don't know. Maybe at some point somebody will figure out why I'm not good at this. But yeah, I'm gonna have 2 kids, and I think they're too big, but they are definitely tweeting. But see, the thing is, I can get some nice animation out of this without doing very much, which is what's nice about animating something live. I can just have their hands just going, and it doesn't matter. It'll be nice and easy to animate, and it'll feel like there's motion going on there. All right, so there's 2 kids. Now let's make them a little smaller because there. All right, so now, see, and there's my little picture. That's me. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I actually, when I'm animating in Animate, I like to do everything in a symbol because then I can resize it if I want to. So that's what I'm gonna do. So here's the elephant, and I'm gonna actually animate him. Let's see, I can properties, make transparent. There. Excellent. And if you haven't seen that, set the video capture device to webcam. It's capturing my desktop right now. Set the video capture device to webcam. Okay. All right. I'll try that. I see I only have one. No. I only have one choice. Set that video capture device. Yes, Animate is all vector. Actually, they don't have bitmaps. And for anybody that doesn't know the difference between bitmap and vector, a vector is a line that is endlessly calculated as you resize it, whereas a bitmap is lots of little pixels that are so detailed and tiny that you can't see the line. I don't know how else to add a display capture. I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, I can't do that and do this. It just doesn't work. So I'm sorry that it's not visual. But yes, you had perfectly set up. It was perfectly set up. CBR, it was perfectly set up. I don't know why. I didn't do anything. I literally went to bed. That's all I did. Well, I mean, all right, I might have stayed up, but I didn't do anything. Didn't do anything to it. It is technology. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. All right, so there we go. I'm just gonna start animating this elephant, and he's gonna walk. And you need to, when you're animating a character, you have to have the legs akimbo. So in other words, if this leg is forward, this arm should be back. If you do it the other way, well, you know, it's unnatural. It's not the way God intended. No, but I don't think people walk that way. You can't actually walk like that. So I think it's important to remember that. All right, so there's my first frame. Yeah, no Beetlejuice. Sorry. I know you guys. Will you type your instructions on Slack? Maybe when you need a quick break at the top of the hour, try again. Mike, I will type you instructions. Okay, all right, yeah, please do. I mean, if I can stop for a minute, then that would be great. But I can't draw and talk to everybody and check to see what's wrong with my stupid computer. I just can't do all of them at the same time. So I don't really know how else to do it except to just to continue drawing, because that's what everybody was here for. Trust me, again, I'm not that good looking, so you really don't need to see my face. I know everybody wants to, but I think you will be sorely disappointed when you do. Yeah, let's just... Alright, so there's my second pose. Now, I believe at this point I can get rid of that drawing. So, alright, there. Let's do another drawing. In fact, I think I'll just do some really quick posing. It'll be easier. There. The elephant's face is giving... Yeah, I just did that drawing because that way you can't, you know, I'm alive. I don't know. You know, sometimes it's just the way things happen. You know what I'm going to do, though? I already did this. I really don't need to redo it. I really don't. I can just do this. Oh, wait, hold on. I need another. What tablet drawing do I use? I am using a Wacom Cintiq 22 HD Touch. It's a, which I got on eBay, I have to say. I got it on eBay for like 900 bucks. So which is a pretty good price if you've ever priced these things. They're really ridiculously expensive. And honestly, totally worth it. Hey, what's up, Wolfric? How you doing? Sorry if you tuned in for Beetlejuice. He's on vacation. I don't know, doing something like cutting an album or doing some amazing Beetlejuice stuff. So you're gonna have to, watch me draw elephants walking. I'm just filling in for him today. All right, so let's see. I need this. Here we go. All right. Boom, boom. Oh, that's a big jump. All right, so I need an in-between between that and the next one. Add F5. And I will add this. All right. Now, I feel like I gotta get a little closer. Oh, look at that. Ah, that's one thing. This needs to be a little further over. There. All right. All right, so I'm gonna, I think actually this one might be too far for that first drawing. There. Yeah, that actually works. Boom. Oh, he's like, doop. You jumped way too far there. How did I get... Oh, you know what I think I did? I know exactly what I did. It's the wrong foot. You got off on the wrong foot. Yeah, see. Yeah, the tail definitely goes missing for sure. I'm just not really trying to do the tail yet, but I suppose I can. There. Alright. Now the tail. That tail's a little too thick. Shrink that down a bit. I think I'll just keep it as a line for now. There you go. Alright, so now he's going. Except that this is too far. I think I'm just going to get rid of that drawing. And I'm going to animate. Let's see, get rid of this. F5 and Shift gets rid of a keyframe in case anybody's wondering. I was animating all of the body parts and everything. I'm just really just trying to get the animation down because it's easier. And I'm just going to get rid of this. Thank you, Solar Bear. I've been in the animation industry for the last 25 years, actually. I have worked at almost every studio, really. I mean, not everyone. I have yet to work at DreamWorks. And there's a couple other ones I haven't worked at, smaller ones. But I've worked at Warner Brothers. I've worked at Cartoon Network. I've worked at Disney. I've worked at Film Roman, who makes The Simpsons, or used to. I've worked at Universal. I've worked at Titmouse, if you've ever heard of Titmouse. Just about every studio there is. Hi, Niz Dolny. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in to this stream. Yeah, I directed a show called Pinky and the Brain back in the day. I directed another show, Animaniacs. Yeah, I worked on Uncle Grandpa. I'm still doing that, freelance. What did I do at Cartoon Network? I directed a show called Chowder there, and I've had a couple of development deals with them, back in the day. But you probably wouldn't have seen it. But yeah, I mean, I was a writer on Phineas and Ferb, and that was a great show, actually. I really enjoyed that show. Yes, and Hysteria. Yeah, Hysteria was a show that I directed for Warner Brothers back in 1998, which is a long time ago now. But they just released it on DVD now, just the other day. And it's kind of like, oh, you saw that show, huh? See, look at that. People actually watched that show. I actually liked it. I thought it was a good show because I liked how they, I like history anyway, and I liked how they were messing with historical figures and stuff. There was something kind of cool about that. And, back in the 90s, I think the government told networks that they were making too many commercial shows, like, shows to make toys and stuff. And so they set this mandate that they could get a discount or something like that if they just aired educational content. And everybody did that, and that was Warner Brothers' answer to doing that. And it wasn't very educational because it was all kind of it was people messing with with our like it was like people messing with Ben Franklin when he discovered electricity. And he discovered it, but it was really only because he was trying to get away from the main characters. It was a fun show. All right, there we go. All right, good. I'm getting there now. Yeah, the Pinky and the Brain. Yeah, what are we gonna do today, Brain? My favorite line from that, he's because yeah, he always says, "Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking, Pinky?" And then Pinky would always say something stupid, and he says, oh, "I don't know, Brain. What are we gonna do with a rubber duck with a rubber duck and a hose?" Like what? What on earth? I don't want to know what Pinky was thinking they were gonna do with a rubber hose and a duck. It was some really funny, truly funny lines in that show. But it made me laugh. But yeah, I worked on that for I don't know, number of years, 3 years I think, and until they canceled it, and then Hysteria was uh, picked up, and so I worked on that. I started in 1990 working on a show for Warner Brothers. It was my first television show to work on, and it was called Tasmania with the Tasmanian Devil. I don't know if anybody's heard of that, but it was on like 91, I want to say, and it was about the Tasmanian Devil. My mic sounds low, huh? All right, hold on. I can make it probably a little bit louder, but I don't know if you want to hear my grating voice like that. Is that better? Let me know if that's better. Yeah, so that what was I gonna say? Much better. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's just gremlins in the mix here. You know what I have to say? A lot of it probably has to do with the fact that I don't have even though you're seeing a Macintosh here in the Mac OS, I'm not actually using that. I'm using what's called a Hackintosh that I built. So it's a PC that's been hacked to be able to run, OS 10. So that's probably part of that's probably part of my problem. But because maybe I shouldn't be hacking things. But all right, cool. All right. Wow, he's getting smaller as he walks. All right, hold on. I gotta resize him here. I'm talking too much and not paying attention to my drawing. But see, that's the beauty of digital drawing, is that I can fix that. Back in the old day, I would have had to redraw it. But then in the old days, I wouldn't have an audience and be all nervous about it and have problems with my stupid camera not working. So I probably would be done animating this already. Apple on a PC. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. First of all, because Apple has decided not to really make any desktops anymore, and I need a desktop. I don't want to work on a laptop all day. And I mean, they're great, but I need something that has some good graphics power. And because I do a lot of animation, I do 2D, 3D, and you just really can't. I don't know. I don't think that working on a laptop is actually a good. I don't think it's powerful enough. How about that? And that causes problems when I'm trying to render something because it's just not. It doesn't have enough processing power. So I've tried to, I found out about Hackintoshes, and a friend of mine did it, and he helped me work it out, and it's a lot. Yeah, but if I use it, well, see, no, well, what I'm saying is that they don't make desktops anymore. They make the one little garbage can thing that they have, and it's like $3,000 to start. And the fact that it's so expensive and you can't upgrade it, and you're stuck with what they did. One of the craziest things they did with that is that they made this little garbage can, and they said that it was all beautifully streamlined, and it was, you know, the greatest, you know, design that you could possibly have. And then you can't do anything with it unless you create this little octopus by putting USB extension, you know, external drives and stuff onto it, which defeats the entire purpose of it being beautiful, period. So I've decided I wanted something that I wanted to use that was powerful enough for what I wanted. But I do like the Mac OS operating system, because usually, unless you're broadcasting live on OBS, it works great, and there's usually, it's just plug and play. And I think it's just me. A friend of mine, the same guy that did the same guy that helped me build this thing, he calls my house the Milo zone, because everything he does works fine, and then when I go to mess with it and try the same thing, it doesn't work. And so yeah, I think I am kind of the Milo zone here, and I think I just proved that by not having this camera working. But yeah, well, that's true. I agree. You have to improvise with any tool that'll work, Grizz. But the thing is that I would prefer to decide what's inside my system rather than Apple deciding for me. And with a Hackintosh, which is what I built, I got to put what I wanted into it. And I only paid $900. If you wanted a desktop from Apple today, it would cost you $3,000. Yes, I could buy an iMac, but if I bought an iMac, the iMac actually isn't upgradable, and you're stuck with what they give you. And even now, it's you know, what their technology is 4 years old. Even that, they just talked about that yesterday, that they haven't released a new laptop in 4 years. So there's a lot of problems with that, I think. And I don't want 4-year-old architecture simply because they say that I should have that. So I decided that I was going to take matters into my own hands. And what's upgradable? An iMac? Well, all right. Yeah, I suppose you can add more memory into it, but what if how about if your screen goes bad? What if that happens? If my screen goes bad, I just get a new monitor. If yours goes bad, you have to take it to Apple, and they charge you the cost of the entire thing itself. There, see? All right, so that's what I got so far. He's still getting smaller. So yes, Alex, I agree, it is upgradable, but I still think that a PC is a better solution for upgradability. And you know, I mean, I work all day on computers, I work all weekend on computers, I spend a lot of time in front of a desk, and I beat the tar out of them. And I'd really like to if I need to upgrade, I would really like to upgrade the way I want, and I can just pull pieces out of my system, as opposed to doing you know, having to buy the latest one. And they purposely don't upgrade their technology because they don't need to most of the time, I guess. I'm not really sure what that is, but people buy their stuff, and it's cool, don't get me wrong, but I think that I would like to see. Oh wait, something's going on. Wait, oh no, that works. Well, that one's bad. What'd I do there? What happened there? I don't know. I'm just gonna delete that one. What's the advantage of using iOS? Oh, what short key am I using? Well, I on Animate, you just use the period and the comma keys to go back and forth between frames. So, which is also the greater and less than keys, which is which is genius, really, because it's also the left. One is an arrow going. One is an arrow going this way, and one's an arrow going that way. So you also are reminded by that. Plus, it's so, they're right next to each other. So your hand can be right next to them like this, and just toggle back and forth. So it doesn't require a lot of motion. So I keep my keyboard on the side, and I would show you that if my stupid thing worked, but it doesn't, so I can't. Maybe next time I do this, I will show you. But yeah, that's how you do it. And iOS, I'm not using iOS. I'm using, yeah, exactly. Yep, that's exactly it. I am not using iOS. I am using OS 10, which is slightly different. iOS is the operating system for an iPhone, and I that would be kind of cool, I suppose, if you could do that. But because then I could animate on my on my phone when I wanted to. But is that? Hey, Colin. Hey, how you doing, man? Nice to see you on here. Thank you for tuning in to me. I appreciate that. Colin is an animation or an animate guru. I believe he's a programmer, and you see him on the Adobe forums a lot. I do, and because I like to go there and help people too if I can. And he's usually got the right answer, and he's usually faster than me to answer too. Why do I like OS 10? Well, I like OS 10 because it's typically easier to use. One of the problems that happens with PCs, at least for me, is you'll be using something and all of a sudden a driver disappears and now it doesn't work, and then you try and reinstall the driver and it doesn't necessarily show back up again. And that's I have spent so many times messing around with that. And actually, yes, certainly not an animator. No, right. But a very good programmer. You are, Colin. So so that I don't misrepresent myself, I have a PC. This is a Hackintosh, as I said earlier, which means that I can dual boot. So I can start it up in Windows 10, or I can start it up in OS 10, depending upon what I want. And that, makes a big difference for me, because sometimes I do want Windows 10. I just really like computers, so I like messing around with them. So I pretty much do what I feel like, and I use mostly. I also use whatever the studio is using that I'm working at the time, because it makes me be able to draw faster, and that I think is one of the main reasons that I use OS 10, because most of the animation studios use OS 10, and a couple of them use Windows or Windows 7. Nobody's using Windows 10 yet. But most of them use the Mac, and I'm not really sure why that is. I think because it's easier IT. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's being changed now. It's going from OS 10 or OS X, which is what a lot of people call it, and being rebranded into Mac OS, which is what it used to be many years ago. And then they changed it for Mac, or for OS 10. Let's see if I can get. It's strange that his. Whoops. I feel like I need to figure out a little more of the volume here. There. Boom, boom. Nah, he's not bouncing enough. Windows 10 equals evil. Well, yeah. Do I have my own wiki? No, I'm on Wikipedia, if that's what you're asking me, but I don't have my own wiki, so to speak. It's just, But I guess because I've been on a lot of TV shows, somebody set up a Wikipedia page for me. But it's not very informative. I mean, it doesn't say very much. It just says, you know, that I've been in the business for a long time. Ubuntu. Yeah, but the thing is you've got, with Ubuntu, you've constantly got to, like, learn all of those keys. You can't just simply do things. You have to, like, grep your tars and you know, do all kinds of hashtaggy stuff, and I don't know. I mean, I played around with it just because I like to play around with computers, but that's way past what I want to bother attempting with. It looks like he's bouncing in. Well, he's big and fat, so, you know, there's a lot of weight. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, I had a problem here. Let's see. Oh, see, I see what I did wrong. This leg, I think that's what I need to do. This leg needs to move up because the next frame he has to, there. And this is, there's just too many drawings. There's not enough drawings between that. He moves a long way. Alright, I'm gonna add a frame in here. He's a peppy guy. Well, you know, he got out of the zoo and he didn't get a chance to, like, this is his first outing. And, oh, you know what? Actually, I should probably save this, huh? Elephant. That's fine. Alright. So. Yeah, this is his first venture out into the wilderness. So he's gonna take a bus and go to a peanut factory. I don't know. There we go. That works better. Boom, boom, boom. Two. Yeah. Packed his trunk. Yes, yes, he did. He packed his trunk lightly. He's actually not even, he didn't even have it in some of these drawings. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. So, for anybody that tuned in that didn't hear what I'm animating here, I've got an elephant that's going to walk into the scene. These two kids are texting. He's going to sit down on the bench, and the bench is going to pop up, and he's going to, the kids are going to switch positions as a result of it, and then not really notice it. And that's kind of what my plan is. If I'm supposed to stream again next Wednesday, filling in for somebody again, and maybe I will have a maybe there will, or maybe now I'm not because I screwed all this up, but I was supposed to do that, and if that happens, I will probably continue with this just because it's easier. That is a terrible drawing. We're going to delete that one, and although I need this one too, so here. Gee whiz. Alright, hold on. I need to make this. It's just not working for me. drawing is just garbage. Alright, I'm gonna reestablish what he looks like here. There. I swear, guess what they're texting in? Elephant. That's very funny, Lucario. That's very funny. Elephant. That's You're clever, buddy. You're clever. That's very humorous. They That's still making me laugh. All right, so if it's, is it still Comic Sans if it's animated? Yeah. That's funny. All right, boom, 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 boom. All right, there. Now we got a good one here. Now let's in between this drawing. Because see, I think my problem is that I'm not letting him step into position. So I need to have him do that better. So let's add one here. Let's do this. All right. Doom, doom, doom. Yeah, all right. Now I think I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere, guys. I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, because this leg just needs now to go down. Because he's just stopping here. And that leg will stay planted. Yep, that works. All right, look at that. I'm animating. I'm animating. All right. Now. Are you talking to me or somebody else in the stream? System Destiny. How's what working out for me? All right. It's got to be bigger. All right. So now I got my basic poses. I need to go back and clean this up just a little bit. He's a trunk supporter. You're telling dad jokes, dude. Those are dad jokes. All right, I'm just gonna quickly clean this up so that it's a lot tighter. He's a trunk supporter. Well, if he's a trunk supporter, then people aren't gonna like him because all you gotta do is mention the word Trump, and or maybe he's a trumpet supporter because they trumpet. It's a is it a that's a movie line. Oh, how's that working out for you? Oh, right. Okay, I get it. All right. Oh, because I have to think for a second. I see what you're saying about the how's that working out for you? The trunk supporter? Yeah. Well, that is a problem. I'm not even gonna start. I'm not gonna say anything about politics. That's bad news. There's one. The channel is devolving to... I know, it really is. Well, I am a dad, and again, you can't see me, so you don't know, but I am old. So, the fact that I'm a dad, my daughters tell me I say dad jokes all the time. But you know what? Dad jokes are funny, I think. They can be. My father was, God rest his soul, was a chef. And before I decided to become an animator, I was going to be a chef and take over the family business, which didn't work out for a variety of reasons. But anyway, he used to tell dad jokes all the time. And so one day I was making tuna. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? I don't know. I give up. What? Anyway, I was making tuna one day for him. For he owned concessions, so in other words, like cafeterias, but high-end cafeterias for like Lipton and Coca-Cola and Pepsi and that kind of stuff. So we ran that kind of thing, and so anyway, we did a lot of lunches, and so I had to do. I had to make stuff like tuna, and I had to cook a lot of food, and I had to make 2 entrees every day, and so I had to make tuna fish sandwich one day, and a whole thing of tuna. And he said, I said, "Do you want me to make tuna today?" And he said, "No, you don't need to make tuna. We don't need that much. Make one a." Yeah, that's my dad. What? All right, let's see. What's a hippo and a zippo? One's really heavy, the other's a little light. That's very funny. That's very funny. That's a total dad joke. I'm going to use that. I will absolutely use that. It's dumb, but it's funny. All right, so we're just coming in on the first hour of this this broadcast. I see we've picked up some people, and for those that are just tuning in, my name is Mike Milo. I have been in the animation industry in the television animation industry for the last it's actually 26 years now, and I am animating for you today, filling in for Beetle Jace, who is out doing awesome Beetle-y Jacey sort of things, and I am animating an elephant walking in to sit on a park bench or a city bench. That's what I'm doing. I did laugh too hard on that one, but that was funny. I like those kind of jokes. I like puns. I think they're funny. I don't know why they get such a bad rap. People are a little too snotty with that. Like, no, your joke must be so interesting for me to laugh. Nah, come on, it's just laughing. It's funny and it's stupid. Who cares? It's not like you only get so much laughing in your life and you're gonna waste it on a crappy joke. Who cares? It's funny. I love that guy. I love old jokes. Old jokes, silly jokes, dumb jokes. They're fine. Most things make me laugh, so I'm easy to make laugh, I think. All right. Trying to do this fast. I still got some other stuff to do with this. Yeah, right? Exactly. We like what we like. I mean, I like them. I like good quality jokes too, but I'm never above a good pun or a good fart joke. Now, I do a lot of animation development for television too, trying to sell my own show. And one of the things that a lot of studio executives don't like is, you know, potty humor. But the thing is that kids like it. Kids love potty humor. All you gotta do is fart and a kid thinks it's hilarious, most hilarious thing you've ever seen. So, I don't know. I'm not sure that that's exactly right. There, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm having trouble keeping his head volume here, so I am going to just the elephant. Oh, now come on! You're just looking these things up. Yeah, it makes me laugh. Potty humor is funny. I think it's always funny. I mean, you know, I guess I can understand why, you know, people say that don't like it. It's because it's the lowest common denominator, and it's easy. It's an easy laugh. So if you're gonna make somebody laugh, at least do it, you know, creatively, I guess is maybe the way to say it. Nah, I can agree with that, but at the same time, funny's funny. Who cares? There, see? Well, so then I guess that's not such a big deal. Because it's funny. You're actually making them up? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Are you a writer? You must be a writer. If not, maybe you should be. Because that's funny. There. There we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Doop 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 doop. All right, I'm getting there. Getting there, guys. Eddie Murphy, he had the best fart joke with him with his brother in the bathtub. I don't remember that one. What's that joke? Yeah, making people laugh is the best thing. I love to make people laugh. It's one of the reasons I became an animator. Because the difference between somebody telling a joke and being a comedian and being an animator is that being a comedian, you have to say it live and you have to always be funny. Being an animator, you get to revise it over and over again until it's perfect. And that you don't have to stand in front of the camera or what have you, which I infinitely prefer. Tusk. Oh boy. All right. That one wasn't as good. Actually, it was clever. And you know what? If I was gonna make this character into like a animated series or something, I would use every one of those jokes because he would think they were funny because it's an elephant. Elephants would think that their stuff's funny. I think. All right. They would laugh at elephant humor. All right. I'm getting there. All right. So I just wanted to clean this up because it's so rough. I'd like to see it be a little more streamlined. It's not easy standing here drawing live like this, you know, animating. But I want to do a good job for you guys, so I'm trying to clean it up so that it's clearer and you can see it better. And there, let's see. Yeah, that was a good joke, actually. There. Thank you all for watching me animate live. For those that are just tuning in, if anybody is, Beetlejuice will be back next week, I think. He's just out doing Beetlejuice things. And he will return. Alright. Actually, we've been trying to, he and I are going to do like a dual stream once we figure out how to accomplish that, which would be fun, I think. We had a good time, he and I. First time I met Beetlejuice was up at an Adobe stream for the premiere of Animate, you know, the rebranding of Animate, and we hit it off right away. He's a good dude, and he was nice enough to let me fill in for him today. All right. How am I doing, guys? How do you hide an elephant in a cherry tree? All right, but how? That doesn't make any sense, isn't he? It would be giant. That one doesn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it doesn't make sense, but it's funny. All right. Doom, doom, doom. All right. Now hold on. Let me turn this off and see what does that look like. All right. He's. All right. I need an in between here. Well, it's not supposed to make sense. That's funny. Yeah, I guess. Well, it was hilarious. How about that? Is that better? I need to add some weight into this guy now because he's walking too evenly, and I like it when he bounces. That was more fun. And I think, oh, that I also did wrong. I also, there. He needs, not bouncing enough. I like it when he bounces. It was animate frame by frame. Let's see, wait. Yeah, onion skinning. Well, actually, yeah, that's essentially what this is. It is. I'm just using the onion skin, and I'm looking at the previous and the next drawings, and then trying to in-between it. And one of the things about that, which is really nice for the newest release of Animate, which is Animate CC 2015.2 is that it used to just be that they would turn down the opacity on the other drawings in between them, and you could figure out, the in between from there. And the developers just recently released a new version where they actually allow you to see different colors based on which is which is really nice. And you can also customize those colors, which is great. Let's see. Do I always animate frame by frame? No, as a matter of fact, most of the time I animate using I usually use like symbols and whatnot and nest stuff, and then animate characters that way too. But it's hard to. I guess I could have animated a character walking, just in a cycle, and then slid him forward, but it makes it a little harder to do. Although I'm starting to think that I might want to attempt that. And right now I'm animating on ones, but I will definitely change it to twos once I get what I want. The reason that it's on ones right now is because I can flip back and forth a lot easier rather than having to flip every 2 frames. So once I get the drawings the way I like them, then I will absolutely switch to 2s. And sometimes I actually will add 3s because I don't feel like doing an in-between. But for the most part, you don't really notice it. I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know. I just try and time is money as far as I'm concerned. I just want to get the job done. So whatever I can do that quicker is how I do it. So all right, let's animate his tail. He jumps a lot there. I need an in-between there. I need an in-between. Let's add an in-between here. Boom, boom. Wait, no, did I screw that up? It's between there and there. Yeah. It doesn't look that bad now that that's the one. Yeah, between this one and this one. All right, so I need an in-between between this one and this one. All right. Yeah, 1s and 2s. Well, the idea behind 1s and 2s is that it takes 8 frames for your eye to even register that it's looking at something. And years ago, I believe Disney was the first one to do it, but probably not. They realized that if you drew on 1s, you really couldn't tell the difference. If you drew on 1s versus 2s, you only had to draw 12 frames a second instead of 24 frames a second. And by doing that, you could draw half the amount of drawings, get your film done quicker, and no one would really notice. And so all animation really is animated on 2s, except for if you're drawing a pan. And if you have a pan and a character's walking and it's panning in the background, that typically is animated on 1s, because otherwise it will strobe, because the pan moves every frame and the character moves every 2 frames. But they've actually, since digital stuff has happened, they've figured out how to do that too, and they don't necessarily even do that anymore. But it's traditionally, that's the way it's been. So that's the difference between 2s and 1s. And they say that a lot of anime is actually animated on 3s and 4s. And what do elephants have that nobody else has? Baby elephants. Ba-dum-bum. All right. Did I oh, I'm looking at the channel there. All right. Make sure. Have video capture device. So it's set to your webcam. Yeah, that's the problem. That's actually my problem. That I'm reading off of somebody CBR is telling me how to get a stream on there, how to get a video stream. But my problem actually is that the camera doesn't show up, and if it shows up, then in order for it to show up, I think I have to unplug it. And if I unplug it, then I don't have audio again, and I don't want to do that. So I think that you're just stuck not looking at me drawing it. Yeah. But again, I'm not really that good looking, so it's probably all for the best anyway. But look, I drew a nice little picture of me there so that you can see me anyway. All right, so I did another in between, and that definitely looks a lot. Oh, I think I would if I was going to read. I mean, this is really, although it's technically clean, it's actually more like a clean rough, because I'd still have to clean it all up. Yeah, see, because I don't like it. He does a nice bounce there, and he doesn't do a nice one. Yeah. It's really all kind of falling apart here. You know what I'm going to do? Watch this. I'm gonna start over again, because I can. I got 2 more hours to go, or an hour and a half to go. Watch, I'll do this really quick now, because instead I'm gonna do a walk cycle, and that's a heck of a lot easier to do, and that's exactly how I'm gonna do it, and should be easy now. That one was better, I think. Oh, the commercial, or the joke. All right, here we go. Watch. I'm gonna do this in a couple minutes. Wait. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this as a cycle instead, because I just wasn't liking the posing, and I was losing volume on the character and all kinds of stuff. I think you guys are just a little too intimidating for me. So I'm gonna simplify it for myself. Yeah, I can start over. Yeah, doesn't. The number one thing about drawing professionally, I think, is that you have to never be afraid to do that. You just have to. Sometimes it just isn't working, and you just got to start over rather than do it and not be happy with it. I mean, that's it's not the first time, and won't be the last time that I just started drawing something because I didn't like it. But you watch, this will be much better, because the nice thing about this is that I can really get the drawing quickly, and then I can just slide it. And that's actually one of the nicest things that I like about Flash, is that if you'll notice, I'm on scene 1, but I'm inside a symbol, a graphic symbol of the elephant walking, and I find that is a great tool for animating, because I can reuse stuff and I can change it around, and because I only have to draw one step, that already looks better. That already looks better to me. Alright, so watch. Now, I need to change the control to loop playback, and there. Doom, 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 doom. See, that's already better. 4 drawings and bam. Oh, yeah, I guess I probably could put on music. Well, all right, you tell me if it works. Oh. Nope. No, it's not working. Oh, so that's my problem. I do not have sound on my system. I'm not entirely sure what I don't know what he did. He did something, and everything got all screwed up, and I got my. You see, my voice is talking. It's fine. I can hear me, and you can hear me. But and if I switch to this, now you don't have anything. There, and now you can hear me again. Yeah, I think that the computer gods do not like me today. Oh, whatever. I don't know. Turn voice up, music down. Whoa, can you hear it? I can't hear it. That's funny. Alright, well, if you guys can hear it. There. Alright, I'm getting rid of the music. I don't care. I don't want the music anyway. There. There. Yes, I know CBR. I know. I can't do all things. I can't do it all at once, though. I think that that's really the problem, is that I screwed it up somehow, and I can't really get it back for this broadcast, because if I do that, then I can't concentrate on drawing, and that's kind of what I'm here for. So I think that's really there. Yeah, no, I know, I turned it off. I know. Well, I only did it because I don't know, it had a better I don't know. I was just trying to make it cooler, but I can't hear it, so there's something going on with my system. And so maybe I'm not so computer savvy as I think, huh? Because we were talking about, I bet it would work fine if I just had a standard Mac. I might actually switch to PC when I do this. I might do that next time. Just because this... the thing is the reason that I have so many of those... yeah, thank you very much. All right, fair enough. Well, you know what? The next time, if I do this again, I will make sure that it's working better. I'm not sure what happened this morning, because it didn't do anything. You know, the only thing I can think of is that, you know, I'm in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is very hot this time of year, and we've been having a lot of blackouts, like in the middle of the night. And so maybe my computer restarted and it screwed something up, and that's what the problem is. And I really don't know, because we tested it yesterday and it just worked just perfectly. It was perfect. We were all set, and I didn't do anything. I even kept my my settings and everything. I took screen caps of everything. I don't know. Oh no, that's actually, I did that wrong. There. What I want. There. So he's doing this. I'm actually gonna switch this to in this way. I'm in the Milo zone. That's exactly it, dude. That's exactly it. Exactly it. My friend is gonna die laughing when he hears that on a live broadcast my computer didn't work. I mean, it's just, I don't know. All right. All right, that works good. And technology does happen, man. I'd love to cut a short piece of interview footage from the Zoom test. Yeah, right? Because that works. That actually worked. I don't know what I did wrong today, and I apologize to everyone for it, but, you know, yeah, I feel bad because, well, you know, you're all coming to watch the typical video thing, and you don't get to see me. But like I said, you know, maybe it's God's way of saving your eyes. Tell your friend I intend to do that. Let's see, how many frames do I typically use for walk cycles? Usually 24. That's typically about what I end up doing. But it's not really 24. It's really 12 drawings because of the animating on 2s. So I'm not really doing 24 drawings. But now see what I'm going to do here. Because I'm making a cycle, and a cycle is basically this first drawing has to flow into this one perfectly so that when it loops back and it feels like he's walking. So what I'm going to do in order to in between this drawing into the first drawing is copy the first drawing. I'm going to put it on a at the end of the animation, and one of the things that you can do for that to paste in place is Animate has a great tool that you can copy, you know, with well, in my case, Command C, and then Control Shift V will paste in place. And once you do that, then and what I mean paste in place is it pastes in the exact position that it was in wherever it last was. And by doing that, that makes it easier for you to animate things. It's really pretty genius, actually. Those Adobe people, smart people they is. Well, thank you very much. Thank you that I'm doing a good job. I mean, I'm trying. It's not easy to do this, you know, just so you know. It's especially when things go wrong. If everything was all set up right, then it would be fine and everything. But you know, you start going, uh-oh, everybody's looking, everybody's watching me, and I'm looking like a complete, well, I can't say the word, but it looks like this. And that's what I was feeling like, and it's, you know, just want to do a good job. Anyway, so there. I said it, and I didn't even have to say it. All right. So wait. So this is. All right. So now, this one is going here. Can I explain what animating on 2s means? Yes, I can absolutely do that, Samantha. Animating on 2s is having, when you're animating, you're holding the drawing for an extra frame. So in traditional animation, if you're drawing on paper, you draw a drawing and then you film it, that's one frame. But if you take another picture of it, it's twice as slow because now it's on 2 frames and you don't have to draw as much. It takes 24 frames a second, and you know, if it takes 24 frames to draw for a second, and if you only have to, if I draw on 2s, I only have to draw 12 drawings, and then I can get a lot more drawing done. And I feel like things go wrong because when they happen on here, yeah, Well, yeah, that's exactly what that's the whole thing went wrong this morning. I had to actually delete it and start over again for the stream. But yeah, whatever. We're doing it. We're animating now. What was it? 10:30. I got an hour and a half left. All right. All right. So let me ask you guys a question. What is your favorite animated film? Sign off. Tell me what you guys are. What your favorite film is, and then I'll tell you what mine is. All right. I think this. Hey, Akamichi C, how you doing? Or are you saying hi to somebody named guy on there? Huh, Minions, huh? All right. What else? So, Lucario, we were just saying, what's your favorite animated movie? Oh yeah, he tried to post something. Box Trolls, yes. Box Trolls was beautiful, I have to say. One of the nice things about Box Trolls, I actually got to go down to Beverly Hills and see an auction that Leica was doing for, I think, kids with cancer or something like that. And they showed a lot of the puppets. It was really beautiful, some great stuff. And those puppets are huge. Some of those puppets are like 3 feet tall. Oh, okay. Thanks, Akamichi. Akamichi's, yeah, right? Akamichi C. Yeah, well, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you here. Thank you for visiting. So, all right, let's see. What is everybody saying? So we got Box Trolls. We had Minions. We have Princess Mononoke. Yeah, that was good too. Snow White. Well, yeah, Snow White was beautiful, especially considering how long ago it was. Howl's Flying Castle, isn't it? I think it's Moving Castle, isn't it? Unless there was a sequel. Aladdin Once a Year. Yep. Fantasia. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Book of Life. I haven't seen that one yet. And you're welcome, Samantha. Absolutely, I'm happy to help. It's animating on twos really can save you, because, and see, this is actually what I mean to notice this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is actually on threes right now, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That frame is 3 frames. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so if you look at that, but then watch it, you don't really notice it. It's not really that choppy. It looks pretty good, all things considered. Right? I mean, it looks pretty good. What's the correct command for... I don't know. What's the correct command for what? Wallace and Gromit, Bug's Life. Yeah, Bug's Life was good too. Well, my favorite, I would say, is probably Iron Giant. I mean, it was just so good. It was just so good in so many ways. The animation was great. The characters were great. The action was great. A giant robot was awesome. Who doesn't like a giant robot? That was a great film. Yes, Triplets of Belleville. Very good movie. I do have my own Twitch channel, The Buzz Cut. It's Milo Works. You can find it on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/MiloWorks. MILOWERX. And yeah, it is smooth for threes. I agree. I think that it works that way. Can you get a link? I can't give you a link, but somebody might be able to. At least I don't think I can. Let me see here. There. I think I can Yeah, see, I'm allowed to do that. What movies inspired me to get into animation? Well, when I was a little kid, the uh, back in the day when people still had books, um, they used to sell books by sending brochures, and I got a brochure in the mail that was The Art of Walt Disney, and it was just so fascinating to me because in the brochure there was a Mickey Mouse, and it was like a turnaround of Mickey Mouse, like from the side like this, and then from the front, and it was just fascinating to me that somebody could draw Mickey Mouse from so many different angles, and I fell in love with the idea that I could draw multiple drawings and make them look the same. There was also like a mouth chart of like his mouth open and expressions and stuff, and man, I was fascinated by that. I really was. And I would say that I really loved the movies from the 90s with like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. When I got into art school, which was like 1987. They were just releasing Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I loved that. I so wanted to get into animation, and I've never worked on a feature film, unfortunately for me, but maybe someday. Who knows? I would like to. I really love the idea of telling stories and having a long form, and I like the idea of emotion. Dean Bakeris, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Notice, just to point out, Dean Bakeris here is the reason why I'm drawing an elephant, because I suggested drawing it. He suggested, why don't you draw an elephant? And I did. Dean and I go way back to being little kids and playing with G.I. Joes when we were back in the 60s, I guess, because yes, that's how old I am, which is why there's no camera, because I broke it because I'm too old. Not really. It's user error or something. Still really don't know what happened there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this eye, and I am going to, because I really don't care about, I'm going to follow this eye here, and I'm going to, there. There we go. There. See, so now I don't even have to, I think that works. And I can just give him the other eye. And that pretty much works. Boy, I keep noticing my Dropbox is going crazy this morning. I'm not entirely sure why, because I haven't added anything to it. But I think my friend, the same guy that says that my computer is in the Milo zone because nothing works right, is giving me a Mac laptop, a MacBook Pro, because he just bought a new one, and he's gonna give me his. So he's setting it up for me, and I think that's probably one of the problems. Hey, God, look at that! Oh, he's so cute. Let's see. What do we got? Did you ever see Back to the Future? Yes, I did see Back to the Future. It was great. What was my degree in? I don't have a degree. I just can draw. I went to a small school called the Kubert School, the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art, because honestly, I was poor and that was all I could afford. But the art director wrote a book. Oh yes, that would be I have the book somewhere. Richard Williams wrote that book. Actually, the what is it? The animate. I forget. I don't even remember what it's called. But Samantha, it was Richard Williams. Is it easier for me? Let's see. Is it easier for me to animate the walk cycle in place and then move it? Yeah, it is actually, because I don't know, I have more trouble with volume and whatnot. It's just harder to draw that way. Plus, this way I can follow through with different things. So I drew his head now, and now I can animate his ears too. See? So, and his ears probably would flop up just a little bit, right? Oh, maybe. There. All right, so now I've got his ears. See, and that works fine. That's so much easier. Thank you, Buddha. 9797. Thanks for your time. Definitely for watching me. I appreciate it. I'm going to I will be back in some form or another. So yes, please just if you remember to sign up, or what's the word, sign up for my channel, and then you'll know when I come back on again. I will be on again on Wednesday, unless they're all angry at me because there's no video. And if that's the case, then maybe I won't be. But if I'm on again, it will be on Wednesday. I think at like 11 o'clock. I'm filling in for someone else again. All right, so now I need to figure out this. So we've got, I think I'm actually going to do this on another layer because it's easier. Because now I'm going to animate his trunk, and his trunk's just going to sway back and forth. And then that way I can follow it better. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Oh, I will be there. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Star Crunch. All right. Yeah, there really isn't many. Jazza, it doesn't come on there. I met Jazza recently. Yes, that's true. And Keyframer is on, and of course he's great to watch. And he's got his own little film going that I guess it has came out of one of his streams, which is kind of fun. I forget, it's like Banana Butt or something like that, which is very cool. And I'm supposed to, at some point, he and I are gonna do a stream together, but just like I'm having problems now, and you don't see my video. We've been having issues, which now I'm thinking is probably my fault. But yeah, I think that someday we'll do that. And then Beetlejuice, we were gonna do something too. I actually, we talked about if you're not familiar with Beetlejuice, he's normally here at this time, and he's a musician, and so we talked about the possibility of me doing a quick animation and having him do the music for it, which would be kind of cool. So, and I think that's probably what we're gonna do, and maybe it'll be for this, because why not? All right. So now I think I got a nice little rough animation going here. Yep, that's working pretty good, I gotta say. I'm happy with it. All right. Yeah, all right. Of course, now he needs his eyes. Definitely needs eyes. Yeah, yeah. Is it hard to make the characters look like they live in the same universe? No, I think it depends. I think a lot of it has to do with being able to find a style and stick with that style. I mean, I don't really have a style. My recent style is with these teeth and stuff, and all characters have teeth. And I tend to draw them be a certain way lately. They all have big eyes. You can see these kids over here, if you forgot. That's kind of my current style. But I mean, I never really had a style. I started out at Warner Brothers and animating the Tasmanian Devil, and so I drew the Tasmanian Devil like that, so I could draw that kind of style. Here, I'll draw the Tasmanian Devil for you really quick. I'll show you. I can definitely draw him quickly because I've animated him thousands of times. There. He's actually a hard character to draw because his arms are, you know, or I guess his shoulders are really like pivoted from his ears, and it takes a little while to get used to drawing him without being wonky. But so that's the first character that I ever learned to draw for television, because I worked on a show called Tasmania. That's actually how I met my wife. I met her at a thing called the Turtle Races, which we have here in Los Angeles, and she was at the Turtle Races with me. You know, or I saw her come into the room and everything, and in this bar, and because she had red hair, and there was also a red light over the bar door, so I saw her very clearly come in because she had the reddest hair I've ever seen, and she came over, and she was actually the friend of a friend's girlfriend who we were there supposed to meet, and we hit it off great. And as I started talking to her, she asked me what I did, and I told her I work on a show called Tasmania, and I draw the Tasmanian Devil, and she was like, "You're full of it. You do not. That was like from the 50s. Nobody draws that anymore." And I said, "No, I'm telling you the truth. That's what I do." And she was like, "No way. There's no way you do that." So anyway, I had to prove it to her, and once I did, she liked me, and we've been together now for 25 years. And it's all because of the Tasmanian Devil. All right. A Tasmanian Devil alarm clock. That's, yeah. Did it go blah, 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 blah. Taz, yeah, well, good, Buddha. You don't leave now. You got to stay. See, I draw the Tasmanian Devil. You got to stay. All right. So there we go. That works. I think it's certainly as good enough as I'm going to get for the moment. I guess I could probably clean it up, but I've only got an hour left, so I'm going to attempt to do the rest of this. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of my... because we had audio or video difficulties, I decided to do a little... this is what I look like, in case anybody wants to know. And here, this is my video feed coming in live. There, and I'll even... There, look, I'm drawing on my Cintiq. And here, I'll put my eyes looking down. There. It's dumb. I know, but... There, I'm even smiling now. I wasn't smiling when I drew this because my video feed wasn't working, but there. No, wait, hold on. There. Now I'm smiling. There. Let's see. Taz did have a girlfriend. I used Taz as my wingman. I did exactly that, yes. So all I need to do to be happily married is learn to draw good old Taz. Well, and find someone that likes Taz. Maybe for you it's not Taz, but yeah, sure, that'd totally work. But yes, Taz did have a girlfriend, but in the show Tasmania, he had a family instead. He was he wasn't like a teenager or anything. It wasn't like that, but he had a mother and a father and a sister. And he was always getting in trouble, and she was calling. She was always yelling at him and stuff. And he had a bunch of friends and stuff, and he always caused trouble as a result of, you know, because he's Taz. All right, so here we go. Now, here's my. So now what I'm gonna do, if he could walk into here. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna do a real quick. Let's make this kid 1, and I'm gonna make him text really quick. I'll do a cleaner drawing of him, which should be fairly easy to do and not take too long. And I'm just gonna keep it all red for now because then it all looks the same. But let's just clean this kid up real quick. Probably do like 3 drawings, and that'll probably be enough texting. I am a cartoon character. You're not the first one to say that, Star Crunch. I am absolutely a cartoon character. That's what everybody says. They say I'm a character. I don't know whether or not I take that as a compliment or whether or not they're making fun of me, but I am definitely considered a character. Good or bad. It got my wife. I'm good. I'm happy. I think I will give him a nose. Sometimes I give noses and sometimes I don't. But I think I will give him a nose. I mean, I could draw a nose. I just don't always add a nose. It's kind of like a stylistic thing. Alright, so. Wait, actually. Let's put one thumb out like that. And I'll do one thumb in. And wait, there. Let's see. There's his phone. And then I'm just gonna flip those I mean, it's rough, but you know what? I really don't like that nose. I'm just gonna leave it off. Alright, now, let's see. I remember the Tasmania Sega game. Yes, actually. It actually did have to do with, well, it didn't really. I mean, it was just, honestly, it was honestly just, the Tasmanian Devil, I think, breaking things. I had it too. I bought, my Sega Genesis really for Sonic the Hedgehog, which I loved, and then because I was on the show, I had to buy that, and I didn't really think it was that great. I didn't play much with it, but it was fun. All right, so we got this one kid. Now I'm just gonna do a very quick, quick little flip there. Yeah, this is down and dirty, guys. I'm drawing fast. I would spend a lot more time drawing this. I know it's kind of clunky, so I apologize for the messy drawings, but it's not easy to sit and actually animate something live like this, so you You got to take a couple of you got to cut a couple of corners. Just got to trace this real quick. One of the things about animating, you got to be able to trace quickly. And I have learned to do that over the years, because my number one saying, my catchphrase is time is money. Because for an animator it is. The quicker you can get something done, the quicker you can be working on another thing. And I teach storyboarding classes over at a place called Studio Arts in downtown LA, and it's right near the Dodgers Stadium. And I tell my students that every semester, that it's all about time is money. And you know, I try and teach as many tips as I can on how to draw something quickly so that you can get paid. Because for me, it's all about the toys. I want to get a new toy, a computer or whatever. Right now, I think I've been an Android guy for many years, and I switched over to the iPhone because my daughters were telling me they didn't get my texts, and so I found out that you could get, you could see that the text is coming through, so they couldn't tell me that anymore. But now they're all in college and it doesn't matter. Yeah, look, see? Look at that. Come on, tick, 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 tick. Can I not copy the kid into this frame? Well, I'm not sure I know what you mean, copy it. Yes, I could copy the drawing from the next frame and just trace the hands or change the hands. But the thing is that if you watch this, this looks a little more alive. I mean, it's not perfect, it's not great, but I'm going fast, and I'd actually rather have it feel alive than anything. Although really the only thing that's bugging me is his eyelids. So I might actually copy his eyes and then move them one frame to keep them alive, but still on, in the right style. Let's see. And actually, I could just do this. So not selected there. So I could just do this. Yeah, see, that actually is better. There, see, so now the kid's texting. Tick, 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 tick. All right. So, make it more organic. Yeah, it does. They call this, well, I don't know if everybody calls it this, but I was always told that this is called line crawl or line boil, so that you, so it keeps it alive. The Simpsons used to do that. If you've ever seen the original Simpsons show, that was a segment on the Tracy Ullman show, who was an actress from the 90s who had her own show on Fox. That had a lot of line boil to it, and that's just what everybody's always called it that I know of. And I kind of like that, especially when you're doing digital drawing. The two different frames does give it kind of life. Yeah, and I did 2 drawings. That's exactly that's all that was. It was 2 drawings. And it feels like it's alive, and that's all I'm really trying to do. I mean, I'm not making a feature film here. I'm making a fun little animated segment. And it doesn't look like I'm going to get to the point where he walks and they switch. But I've still got another hour to go, so I can probably get most of this animated in time. I'm certainly going to try. And there. All right. For those of you that have not yet, I intend to do more of this stuff. and I will certainly do a lot more of it if people are watching. So if you are interested and like what you're watching, subscribe to me here on Twitch, and then you can be notified when I come online next. I'm also supposed to be here next Wednesday at 11 o'clock, so I will finish this to the best of my ability, unless I think of something else to do, and maybe I'll do something else instead. I don't know. The other day when I was animating, we were testing, and I animated this. If you guys want to see what I did, it's not perfect and it's not done, but see, there's my style. So, this maybe, now you probably can't hear the sound. Oh, you probably can, but I don't know if it's going to be loud, so maybe turn down your, yeah, because I don't think I can do it, but anyway, here.
What a ghost put on top of an ice cream sundae.
Oh yeah, see, I don't have any sound, but you guys
What a ghost put on top of an ice cream sundae. Whipped cream. What a ghost put on top of an ice cream sundae. Whipped cream.
Loud. Well, anyway, I won't play it again. But yeah, Ed and Eddie did it nicely, actually. What things do I do to brainstorm for these little skits? Was that too loud? Friend Lizard, sorry. What do I do to brainstorm for these little skits? I really don't. In this particular case, a friend of mine suggested drawing an elephant, and I thought that was a good idea, and I had used this joke that I'm attempting to do in a pilot that I was working on for Hanna-Barbera way back in the day, and so I thought, well, I could easily do that. It's a fairly simple thing. Most of the stuff, where do I get my ideas from? It's always from life. I've had a very interesting life, honestly, and I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, and that kind of helps when you need some funny thing to draw. Oh, okay, good. So it wasn't too loud. Again, I don't know what happened, but my audio on my computer seems to have disappeared, and I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think it probably just requires a restart, but I can't restart while I'm streaming, so I just have to suffer through it. But at least you guys know. And I guess I could probably also I could stream from my phone and like check in and stuff. CBR suggested that, but I'm a little ADD, I think. I don't have enough ability to concentrate on more than one thing at a time, and then I won't draw, and then that's supposedly why you're here, is for Adobe Animate, and I don't want to stop drawing. So I'll just have to suffer through not hearing what I already heard, I guess. Alright, so all I gotta do is this guy, then I still gotta draw the elephant sitting down, and then I could probably just use the these two drawings. I don't have to do anything except fly in the air and flip. It should be very easy. Should be very easy. And then the joke, although I don't have any audio for it this week, I will for next week. The audio is going to be that they smell peanuts, I think. Dude, you totally farted peanuts, man. Or something like that, I don't know. Alright. Almost got this. Thanks, CBR. I definitely am. I'm gonna have to test it again. I broke something. Thoughts on Toon Boom Harmony? what I really like Toon Boom Harmony actually, but I think that there are two things that I don't like about it. Number one, it's extremely expensive. Number two, there aren't very many tutorials out there about it, and number three, it's very well. I think I already said, but it's just very difficult to use. I have it on my system actually, but I don't really use it. I sometimes use it for frame to frame drawing, but I'm used to Flash. I like the way Flash works. I'm sorry, Animate, and I feel that it's just a better overall tool. I'm looking forward to them fixing, you know, the things that I still don't like about it, but they're growing. They're minimizing those. I really do like Flash these days. All right, so there they are. They're texting. Let's see. Yes, actually, Sayaluna. Yes, my wife and children do make voices for me occasionally. Both my daughters, they're now teenagers. My oldest is about to be 20 and my youngest is about to be 18. And when they were little, I had them do a lot of voices for me because they were very good at it. They were very good at listening to what I told them to do, and they were very good at mimicking me. And now, you know, now they don't listen to me as much as they did, so they're not as interested in doing that. But yeah, they did a lot of voices for me. All right, so let's see how many frames does it take for him to walk in and feel like he's not sliding? Well, that's not it. All right, so he's sliding too much. So I think actually it's going to take a lot longer to have him get into the frame. Yeah, that's still... He's actually... You wouldn't think, but there's actually a lot of space he's got to cover. That's one of the other things I like about Animate, because I can figure out animation this way. I mean, this is so much easier instead of having to draw this many frames. That actually might... He's still sliding. But I mean, he's also on threes, so if I did it every frame, he wouldn't be doing that. I could definitely fix that, but I think I'm just going to leave it for now. Because I'm never really going to fix it without having him actually animate in. Oh, did you? So you King Crush 92. So you really do like Toon Boom Harmony, huh? Oh, that's great. Do you use it professionally, or is it a hobbyist thing? I know there's a lot of studios starting to use it, and it's a very powerful tool. I just haven't. Almost everything I do is in Animate. I just came from working 3 years at a what we call a Flash studio named Renegade Animation, which is a great studio. They make Tom and Jerry on Cartoon Network right now, and a number of other things they've done. They did the Mr. Men show years ago. They did Puffy Amiyumi for Cartoon Network. It's run by Ashley Postlewaite and Daryl Van Sitters, who look up Daryl, and Daryl's done all kinds of things. He did the Air Jordan commercials with Bugs Bunny, and he does all of the Geico commercials, and they do the Wiener Schnitzel commercials, and the list goes on and on. They're just, you know, it's a great studio, and I loved working there. I had a lot of fun there, and it really felt like home. But anyway, I primarily have worked at Flash Studios, and let me see. So that's what I use. Let me see. Yes, I do know Sam Neiman, actually. I don't know him personally, but I know him. Because he lives in the UK, I think, no, I'm thinking of somebody else. But yes, I do know that name. I didn't interact with him much, but he did animation for us. A talented guy, too. Oh, I see, King Crush. You finished art school. Oh, School of Visual Arts, great. I wish I could have done that. I didn't. I couldn't afford to go to the School of Visual Arts. I went to the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art. Hey, what's up, Game Array? You missed 2 hours and 17 minutes of me animating characters, but and no video. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, that's right, in Portland. Yes. Okay. Very cool. Yes, I've seen his work. We worked on it's not a show, but a website called ABC Mouse, and I did a lot of, probably did about 60 films for them, little short 5-minute, like Sesame Street type films at Renegade Studios. And Sam was doing the same thing remotely for us. Disco Davido, you're asking about what the panel at the bottom of the workspace is here. So I'm assuming you're talking about this. It's called Anim Slider Pro. And what I love about it is that it allows you to change the frames. I mean, a bit, on the fly and see what's on another frame inside a symbol. The best way to demonstrate that, I will, let me see, here's, how about we do, here's a thing, I think this is it. This is a film I've been working on, and I'm not done with it yet, but it's just a little character. But to answer your question, the way that that panel works is, if I look up, let's see, find his head. There, here's his head. So if let's see, how can I show this to you? There. All right. So if I bring this character's head into the scene, he's already animated, and you'll notice that inside here, like, he's got a mouth, right? Because everything about Flash or Animate is symbol based. So I'm on my scene, and then if I double click inside, I've got all the assets for eyes, and I've got a mouth, and I've got eyebrows, and I've got his skull, and I've even got a little bubble that animates. And the beauty of Flash is that there's a timeline within a timeline. It does at the same time, huh? That you have, that you deleted an email. Oh, that's very funny. Anyway, so the way that this program works, or the way that this little bit works here, is that right now I am on a single frame. If I go to my properties, one of the most powerful parts of Flash, Animate. Sorry, I will probably never get used to it completely. But one of the most powerful parts of Animate is this looping thing right here. Right now it's set to frame 1, and it's on single frame. If I switch back to frame 1, that's what frame it is. And if I go inside my symbol, my mouth symbol, you'll see on frame 1 is that frame of him with his mouth closed. So now if I want to at any point go to any frame, I can change it on the fly, and I can say, well, actually I want this mouth. Then I can go and I can select another keyframe, and I can change it to a different one. And it allows you to lip sync very quickly, because you can set a keyframe with F6, by the way, and then just slide around and figure out what frame you want to view on your timeline. It allows you very quickly to do stuff. It works very well for other things too, like hands or eyes. For instance, in here there's a bunch of eyes of him blinking, and so I can change the eyes any way I want as well. See? So that's what it's called. Would I say that this is similar to Anime Studio Pro? I think that it is similar in some ways, but I don't like it as much. Why? I think probably mostly because I'm used to animate, but I feel like it's just you know, I'm gonna save just in case. I feel like it's just a it's all right, but it's not as great. Hey, Beetlejuice, what's up? How you doing? I'm trying to fill in for you, dude, but you know, I don't have. You notice that my camera stopped working, so yeah, um, I'm failing miserably compared to you, but doing my best here, buddy. All right, so I have got 40 minutes to go. I'm gonna quickly clean this guy up a little bit because I've got time. And again, I'm going to do it really fast, so it's probably not going to be perfect, but I don't think it really matters. I mean, it probably would matter if it was going to be on a broadcast station, but even then, like somebody mentioned, Ed, and Eddie did very rough line boil type animation. Great to see you too, Beetlejuice. Well, I'm attempting it. I don't know if I'm blowing people's minds, but I'm attempting it. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really played around with Anime Studio Pro much, to be quite honest. It has a different interface that I'm not used to, and if I want to get something done, I really just want to do what I can as quickly as I can, and Animate does that for me. From what I understand, there are some very nice drawing tools in Animate Studio, and that's awesome. But I've learned to draw with this program, and the other thing, again, there's a lot of tutorials out there for using Animate or Flash. Really, there's probably more for Flash out there, but there's a lot of them out there. So it's, you know, and if something goes wrong, there's a very vibrant community out there, of which you know, I try and spend as much time as I can helping people if I can as well on the community. But it's I find that if you have a problem, it's a lot easier to get it solved using Animate than it is anything else. And then I'm also a fan of Adobe. Anyway, because I've been using this program forever. Who doesn't use Flat? I mean, who doesn't use Photoshop? Most of my industry uses all of those tools. So, you know, it's just easier to get the job done this way. And people hire me a lot to do animated pieces. I just did an animated piece for Essence magazine with Vivica A. Fox that should be coming out in the next couple of weeks on their website. Essence magazine, if you don't know, is a women's magazine, I believe, and they had me animate her as if she was a pimp lion. Yes, as if she was a lion that is a pimp. So I don't want to give it all away, but you can watch it. It was called Mad Libs, if you remember Mad Libs from years ago. Yeah. So anyway, it was a Mad Libs thing where she does Mad Libs, which are basically, they give you, you know, give me a noun, give me a place, give me a person, give me an animal, and then they build a story around that and fit it into a pre-written story, and it's just silly. And so they Time magazine hired me to do that. I've done a couple of them for People magazine as well, and I did it all in Animate. So I just stay with Animate because I can get it done quick and get paid, which is what I really want. It is a yeah, it's a random project, but I mean, I think what they do, Jesse, is it's publicity, and a lot of their website. If you go on their website, you can see that a lot of it is, interviews with people. But in this particular case, I guess they were trying to make it a little more fun. I did another one with Soniqua Green, who was on The Walking Dead, and she it was her in an apocalyptic world doing Mad Libs as well, and that was a lot of fun actually. And she mentioned something about Disneyland, so I had to make like Disneyland be apocalyptic, which was fun. So I had Tinkerbell flying around in a gas mask, and I had Mickey Mouse, like a silhouette of Mickey Mouse, so we didn't get sued. But I had a silhouette of Mickey Mouse as a zombie. But it was fun. So, whatever. I'm happy to draw whatever, as long as I get paid to do it. You know how it is. What would I consider my best or favorite piece of work that I've made? Let's see. Well, if you're talking about my personal stuff, I would say the best thing that I have done personally was a short for Nickelodeon as part of their Oh Yeah cartoons, which actually they changed to random cartoons later on, but it was part of Oh Yeah, which is where Fairly Odd Parents comes from, and Chalk Zone, and a whole bunch of other shows. But my favorite thing that I did was a short called Flavio, which you can find on YouTube, and it was called Flavio, and it was about an Italian goat who was a dishwasher, but he wanted to be a great inventor like his hero Leonardo da Vinci. And here let me look really quick for it. Flavio animation. Let's see if it comes up. Flavio cartoon, probably. And here it is. So here I can copy this link and I'll send it to you. And anybody feel free to watch this later. It was a fun film to do, and I really liked it a lot. I had hoped that it was going to be an animated series, and Nickelodeon disagreed. It's funny, they said the pilot may not show it, but they actually said that it was too similar to SpongeBob in some ways. And I think when they said that, what they meant by it was that it wasn't necessarily similar, in the same thing, but there was a smart, optimistic character like SpongeBob. There was a really dumb character like Mr. Frank, if you watched that, the lion, and then there was a overbearing boss like Boss Man, who is the pig in this. So if you ever get a chance to watch that, you can maybe see the similarities in some way. I don't see them that much, but I don't have the money to make my own shorts. So that's the way it works. Thank you very much, Theater Geek California, or CA. Maybe it's Canada. It is a lot of fun. I'm having fun. Hopefully you're having fun. We're just drawing. If you're just joining us, what I'm doing is a very small little piece about an elephant that walks up to a street bench to two kids texting, and then he's gonna sit down on the bench, and they are so engrossed in their texting that they do not notice when they switch positions, because he flips them up like a seesaw and they jump up and whoop, whoop, and switch positions and never stop texting. And then I don't have the audio now, but the elephant will sit down and one kid will stop and smell the air, and then he will say, "Dude, did you just fart peanuts?" Or something like that. I don't know. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do yet, but something like that. All right, so there we go. So now we got the character. There he's walking. All right, that works. There's a little bit of a hiccup there, but now I can delete this, and I can delete this, and I can go back to the main stage, and there's my, because you're not seeing the video feed, I drew me. That's me drawing, just so you have it, just in case anybody. That's what I look like. Pretty much, that's almost exactly what I look like. Let's see. Mike definitely makes it look very fluid. Well, I've been doing it a long time. It comes from a lot of pencil mileage, or, you know, now it's stylus mileage, but still. All right, so here's the kid's texting. Tick, 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 tick. He walks in. Do, 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 do. All right, now, when he gets to here, now I can actually switch this out, get rid of this, and now I can put a new layer on it, and I can animate him moving. And I've got a half an hour to do that. Yes, it is very flashy, Onyx. Well, yes, it is, because it is. Well, it's actually animate. But, and yes, the walk there is very flashy because, and flashy, I mean it slides, because I'm just demonstrating this. I don't really have the time to sit and finesse that for now. Probably in the next one, but I got to get it all worked out first. So it is kind of flashy. Let's see. I'm going to have him stop. Half of animation is about timing. And so it really is important that he just stop for a second. Maybe not a second, but a beat. And just stare at them, maybe blink once or twice. And then he'll continue, and then I'll have him jump. But he's going to definitely have to kind of stand there and watch them, that they don't even realize that there's an elephant standing there. So, all right, so there. He's going to... So, a generic... Well, you know, if I can't get the video going, I may not be asked back, but I think I'll have it for next time. Again, it's I think you'll like that better, to be honest, but I will have it for the next broadcast, absolutely. So again, thank you, Dead Flip. I will be back for sure. I will definitely animate more. So continuing now, I am going to, because I make everything a symbol. So if you want to learn how to animate in Animate, I would suggest that you make everything a symbol. Why? Because if I put another keyframe here, now if I go and I draw another keyframe here, and then I get 12 keyframes into it, then I realize maybe I want to resize it. Well, I can't, because I've got all of these drawings here. If I put them inside a symbol, then I can actually resize everything after that. So, and I'll demonstrate that so you can see. In fact, I can do it here. Watch. If I take this kid, I think they're not. Yeah, see, I take this kid animates. But if I want to, I can come out here, and he's just one frame on the animate timeline, and I can resize him if I want. If I want him to be a bigger kid, I can make him a bigger kid, and there he is. He's a bigger kid now. And I find that that's one of the powers of Animate. Just that simple ability to resize things is great. All right, so I am going to elephant stand. And now I can go inside here, and I still see everything, so I can still do whatever I want with it, and I can change the timing if I want. Right now I'm just going to keep it as one frame so I can flip back and forth, but ultimately I will, you know, time this part out. And actually, I might actually do that now for the first drawing so that I can constantly see what's being, so that I can stay on model with him more or less. Yes, in 25 minutes, Sam Peterson will take over. Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I guess I should have said that already. I thought I was supposed to say that in 5 minutes. But yes, Sam Peterson, and you should definitely stay and watch him because he's got some beautiful artwork. It's really, really inspiring to watch his work too. So I think you should definitely stay around and watch that if you've got the time. And he does like concept illustration, I think it is. It's, you know, it's like all monsters and, you know, illustrated scenes and whatnot. It's really some beautiful artwork. I wish I could do that stuff, but I can draw elephants. That's pretty much the extent of my ability. Well, I can draw other things. I can draw more than just elephants, but elephants are what I'm drawing today. I can draw any animal, really, but, and I don't even have to draw in this style. This is my style of the year. I change my style a lot because I do a lot of, I mentioned earlier, I've done a lot of development for networks over the years, and in the hopes that someday I will get my own animated series. And that has not happened yet, but I have been fortunate to have 10 development deals so far. And so I guess that's, you know, that's something. I've made a lot of shorts over the years. I was part of the shorts program at Hanna-Barbera years ago when they did Dexter's Lab and Cow and Chicken and Powerpuff Girls and all of those really awesome shows over there. So I was part of the development, not the development of those. I'm not trying to misrepresent myself, but there was a thing called What a Cartoon that Cartoon Network did. It was run by Fred Seibert, and I did a couple of shorts for them with, and I was a partner with another guy named Harry McLaughlin, who is a he works on a Fox show that I won't name just in case that would get him in trouble. But he's a good guy, and we had hit it off really well, and we did a lot of shorts together. The two shorts that we did, one was called Blues Gang, which you can also find on YouTube if you want. It was Blue Gang. And yes, that is very similar to Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and Craig McCracken stole that name from me. I don't think he really did. He just was trying to find a fun way. But one was called Blues Gang, and the other one was called the Ignoramuses. So if you do a search for both of those, you can find animated cartoons for both of those. And they're very different style than this. They're much more classic Warner Brothers kind of style, which is actually the reason that they said that it wouldn't go to series, because they were trying to do a new thing. They were attempting to do, you know, create that very stylized Gendy sort of thing, which who can argue with? All right, so now I'm just gonna have him, now that I've got this, I'm just going to have him antic down. If you're not sure what an antic is, it's short for anticipation, because I'm so busy that I don't have the time to say anticipation. So, which is not true, but, well, I am busy, but anyway, it's anticipation, and everything in life needs to anticipate because it needs to build up motion. It needs to build up energy in order to move. So when a character, and especially in animation, you have to accentuate that. So that's one of the reasons why you'll see like Bugs Bunny and he'll anticipate before he runs off screen. It's also because it's funny and because it's easy. It allows you to broadcast what's going to happen next. Because actually in animation, sometimes it's hard. It takes you longer to see what's going on in an animation than it does in live action, because in live action there's you're used to seeing the human body all day, so you know what to expect, and so you can register things quicker. But when you've got characters with giant eyes and weird faces and whatnot, it makes it a lot harder to register something. So we use anticipation so that it's clear what's going to happen next too. But mostly we use it because it's a principle of animation. All right. What do we oh yeah, MiloWorks. There you go. Do I have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. And yes, I am on LinkedIn. You can see how many things I've worked on. I have had many people tell me that I have the record for how many shows I've worked on. I went and worked on a show called Fairly Odd Parents with my friend Butch Hartman 2 years ago, and he introduced me as the guy who's worked at every studio there is. And I've worked at many of them. Not full time. It's not just full time. I do a lot of freelance. And it just looks like I've worked full time. But whatever. It works. All right, so we're almost there. And I've got 15 minutes left. I am probably not going to get everything done here. But there. All right, so he goes, Zhoof. All right, so now I'm just going to cut back to, hold on, I'll just have him sit. All I really need is one more pose of him sitting. There. I need one more, a nice clean drawing of him sitting. And then I can just do a very quick animation, and hopefully I can finish this, at least the rough, before it's time for me to go. I will be on again next Wednesday for anybody that's interested in watching me at, I think, 11. And I don't know, you tell me, Star Crunch, when am I on? It's next Wednesday, right? I know it's Wednesday. I don't remember exactly when it is, but I am filling in for somebody again next Wednesday, and I will continue doing this. So if you want to see how this resolves, please tune in to the Adobe channel then, and you can see the resolution of this, because it's still got a long way to go. And I mean, I'm going to color it and everything, so I'm going to continue and finish this piece of animation. And if I can talk my buddy Beetlejuice into it, maybe he can do a little animation, a little music for it. All right, so here we go. So now I've got my basic drawings here, and I am going to now have him stand there for a few frames. I will probably go back and animate him blinking once or twice, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to put this on single frame. I need this also. I don't know what happened there, but I'm going to need this bench too. So I'm going to animate the bench. Yeah. All right. So, so the next thing, so he walks up, he's just gonna stop, and that's a little clunky, but you know, I can fix it. All right. Then I'm gonna have him go to the next panel, and I'm gonna have him go to the next panel, the frame, and maybe even animate him coming up a little bit. And I might actually do more to this, but let's see. Could probably add this drawing here a little higher. And I would probably animate this completely, but I'm running out of time right now, so I'm just gonna animate it. Oh, and all right, hold on. So now what I need is these two kids also to be on a classic tween. If you're not familiar with classic tweens, it's a really good way to allow animation to move and slide in animation, in Animate. All right, so they're gonna hit this, boom, and now I'm going to pop. Actually, I think I'm just gonna remove the tween for this and just set the keyframes for it. So he does this, I think I will remove the tween for this too. They're just gonna pop right up, boom, whoop, and do. Then I'm gonna have them switch positions. But now I need to move that over. I'm gonna run out of time before I finish this. I'm running to the finish line here. I always bite off more than I can chew. But I knew that it was gonna be hard to finish this in time. And if I had gotten the video working, probably would have hit it better. All right, so and then they'll come down, and let's just do this. I'm actually just gonna take this. Oh wait, no, I want to copy this position of it and paste it in place, and let's just see what that looks like. It's basic, but it kind of works. I think it will work once I'm done with it. I think it will definitely work once I'm done with it. There, and there. All right, so now I can do. There. So there you go. That's kind of the the beginnings of this. I have 10 minutes left, and if I'm not mistaken, Sam Peterson Art takes over in 10 minutes. Should stay and watch that, and because there's some really nice, he's a very talented guy, so some great art. So let's see, I've got just a couple of minutes. Let me see if I can refine this just ever so slightly, because it is absolutely, it looks like I'm a billboard in the background, like I'm selling myself. I guess in a way I am, aren't I? But all right, there, boom, boom. Now I'm not even doing any of the things like squash and stretch and stuff. There's all kinds of things that I need to do here, but boom, boom. Let's animate this upward. We'll animate it a little bit higher up. it's gonna come down, maybe one more, and then now it's gonna come down and squash. Let's squash it. Boom. Poof. And they don't care. Yeah, my beautiful mug. Yeah. All right. Well, so if you have not, whoa, there. Hold on now. They need to go up. Right? Is that what I'm? Or did I screw that up? No, that's right. Doom. Yeah, dude. And I would probably animate them a little higher up. I'd probably do this. All right. That kind of works. Oh, that, they need to come down a little bit now. Whoa. What did I do there? I don't know what I did there. All right, well, anyway. There. All right, let's see. Yeah, it works. That basically works. I got 5 minutes left. And let's see if I can... Wait, what happened? Oh, I see what I did. Somehow I have flipped the drawings wrong. Let's copy this one here to here. Copy this one to here. All right, and then now let's do a little bounce for them because they would probably and bounce down a little bit. Wait, probably there, and a little bit of squash. How about that? Yep, that works great. All right, what is that? No, it's actually free. You can find it online, Anim Slider Pro, and it's not on the Adobe store. It is free. If you do a search for it online, let's see, is it, what is it? Anim Slider Pro. I think it's Animonger is Anim Slider Pro. Yeah. If you do a search for it, yeah, Animonger. Here, you can get it here. And from what I understand, he is now starting to develop more tools for Animate, which is great. And so I think I just closed the whole stream for some stupid reason. But anyway, yeah, so there you go. All right. All right, so here's the entire film. Roughed out. Very rough. And you know what? Let's turn my stupid face off. Let's turn that off. All right, so here we go. Here's what he walks in. Yes, it's sliding, but I could fix that later. Comes in, boom, and they swatch positions. And what I will have for on Wednesday is I will have some audio where after he sits for a little while, one of the kids stops. Maybe he doesn't even stop texting, but he just yells at the other one. He's probably going to yell at the other one for smelling like peanuts. Dude, you smell like peanuts. Or, dude, you just let one rip and it smells like peanuts. something like that. So, all right, I got one more minute left. So I think I'm going to say my farewells. I can keep going, but I believe I'm supposed to stop, 3 minutes before? So actually, I guess that's now. All right, so thank you guys. Sorry for the video errors that I had, but next time I hope to have it work out correctly, and hopefully you can enjoy this time with me again. And if you can subscribe to me on Twitch, and I will probably stream a couple of times on my own anyway. Anyway, thank you. I'll talk to you guys again soon, and I'm going to leave.